Pursuing soccer in college has always been like at least at the back of my mind. Growing up, I've always loved it, and once all of my other sports kind of fell away and this was the one thing that I stuck with, that's when it really became like a turning point for me.
Emily lives, breathes soccer. That's her whole life, and you could just see how passionate she is. She just always wants to get better, even in lifting. She's like, what can I do better? What can I do out of soccer? What can I do for running? Like, she's just ambitious.
So at the end of middle school, early high school, it was also during COVID. So when I was going through some things that I couldn't really control, it was because not only was I, like during the COVID experience, we stopped soccer, we stopped everything. So that really took a hit in my growth and my experience with it, because since I wasn't playing it, it was hard to keep loving it when you're not doing it as much anymore. And then when we came out of that COVID time and we started up again, that's when things really changed for me. Coming back from COVID and everything and starting back up with soccer again, I felt like I went through some uncontrollable circumstances and adversities that felt a little bit more unreasonable than what I was used to. And I had always gone through injuries and stuff, but from this experience, it really hurt my confidence and my joy for the sport. And it really made me think that like I'm keep going like one step or two steps forward, and I was going 5 steps back.
Especially at the end of middle school, going into high school, soccer and just sports changed dramatically. It went to having fun to now you're playing higher competition, to figuring out now where you're going to school. Do you want to play at the next level? Do you not want to play at the next level? And just, it can be very, very stressful for someone who's just trying to figure themselves out, find their way in this world. So just trying to face one problem at a time and just believe that whatever happens is going to happen for your best interests.
It made me feel like I was unimportant and unvalued, not on just my teams, but just as a person in general. And it made me feel like if these circumstances aren't getting me where I want to go, then is this something that I really want to do in the future? And is this something that will bring me joy again? Because I felt like I lost so much of that in the sport that I loved, that I felt like if I can't get through this, then what's the point?
When an athlete comes to one of the coaches or I about facing adversity through a sport, I love throwing in what I faced when I was playing, or throwing in a little other stories from other coaches and what they've learned and how we've gotten through it. Because I think it's very eye-opening if an athlete knows, like, okay, like you've been there, you've done that. So it's not like talking to a brick wall and just kind of hoping for the best advice. So I think that's really unique about having someone who played collegiate sports as well.
The PFP was the one thing that stayed constant with everything that was going on and all the adversities I was dealing with soccer. And I felt like every time I stepped into the gym, all of those things kind of just fell away, and I was just able to focus on what my coaches were telling me at PFP, and from the motivational messages to just working out. It just really helped me focus in on the behind the scenes part of my sport and really make me remember, like, this is what I'm training for, this is what I want to do. So it helped me continue with that.
PFP has created a consistent environment with how we train our athletes, with how we can help level up our athletes, especially in the mindset when they do come up with to us and they have some issues that they might be facing. There's just a lot of value behind it, just because each coach has their own style, regardless of what sport they play and how they coach. You kind of get that unique twist on it when you're reaching that type of advice, or just trying to hear it, have someone to listen to.
So despite feeling like I was not good enough, or feeling these uncontrollable situations that was causing me to lack confidence and feel like an underdog, it really made me think of it in a way as I needed to take control of my own circumstances and be able to grow out of that in a way that would positively affect not just myself but others around me. And I really wanted to make sure that I really focused in on what my goal was and make sure that I was sticking to it and making that path available to me as well. So after all of this, I was definitely recognized by a few colleges, and all of that hard work really paid off once I finally committed to Houghton. And it wasn't just the fact that I committed, but it was the fact that a coach sought me out first, which was something that I haven't really seen a lot. Usually it's the players reaching out to the coaches, but this time this coach reached out to me first. Something that really stood out to me was the fact that she wanted me. It wasn't that I wanted her, but she wanted me first. And that Coach Esther really made me feel like I was valued and really made me feel important.
When Emily committed to Houghton, it was such a huge breath of relief. This girl has worked extremely hard her entire life. Always trying to look for approval for her coaches and have the coaches just love her. And I think it's huge that Houghton reached out to her instead of the opposite way around. And it just showed that's her hard work, and that's truly what was meant to be and what would happen. And so proud of Emily.
PFP is more than just a gym. It's some place that people can go to continuously find joy in their sport, whether it's with the motivational messages or the personalized workout plans that coaches make for you. But I feel like the connections that I make with my coaches, especially Coach Emily, and being able to talk one-on-one with her about literally anything that is on my heart is really important to me, because connections with people is something that I really value. So being able to connect with Coach Emily and be able to talk to her about the hardships I go through, but not even that, but the joy that I've found again and the other little things is really important.